Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. My heart is pounding like a jackhammer. I am Dash Rendar.
Yes, and I'm Dequitem, an armored fighter in non-choreographed night fights. And this time, I was the knight who's standing there and waiting to get shot with one of the arrows.
Yes, Todd may have done Arrows versus Armor 1, 2, and come up with 3, but we are Arrows versus Knight in Armor. Let's see what happens.
Nice. Didn't felt a lot of it. Whew. That actually hurt a little bit.
Did it?
Yes, but fine.
Okay.
Very good shot.
Thank you.
On my target.
Yes.
Felt nothing.
Good, good. Oh.
We couldn't use arrows with a spike. So we used blunt arrows with steel in front. So it's not about piercing the armor. There are a lot of tests, even on your channel are a lot of amazing tests there. And it was this time more about the impact. So can I feel the pain and can I resist the pain? So of course people will argue that a spiky arrow can do more damage.
Right.
But that's not the case, because if you hit a plate, the force will be distributed about the whole plate. So it doesn't matter if the arrowhead is broader or smaller, because it's all about the impact. If we use blunt ones, they will not penetrate it, and therefore the force should be the same.
Yes, and for this we are using the 130-pound bow at 32 inches for a historical, pretty close to it without going to the excessive ungodly numbers of 160 or 180. Yeah. So I think that it'll be a good indicator of if a knight came in close, how they would feel if they got peppered with an arrow that didn't go through their plate.
Yeah. And what do you think is the distance between this shot?
I mean, we are close, man. It's like 15 to 20 meters, honestly. Yeah. It is not far. These aren't arcing. They're coming out full tilt boogie, and it's going to hit with as much force as it possibly can in that short distance.
I think we started with around 18 meters and then going up to 15.
Yes.
And I think it's even hard to aim at 15 meters if the knight is moving.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, it's a moving target at 50 meters is very difficult. Stagnant's fine, right? If you set up, you get 15 arrows at 50 meters, you're going to be able to hit the target of a man relatively consistently. But if they're moving even just a little bit, you don't know where they're going, if they're moving to the side, to the front, that's hard to pinpoint. So it's going to be volley fire, right? That's what's going to get you at the end of the day, finding those weak points. And so the only ones that he did feel, which was interesting, was one, you can describe the ones that you actually felt, I guess.
Yeah. I felt, the first I felt was this shot here to my arm. There's not a lot of padding in my arms to have more mobility, and this plate isn't curved so much, so it hit in the perfect 90-degree angle nearly, and I felt that shot from my fingers to the arms. So it was a little bit of
tingling.
So I couldn't feel a lot of it afterwards. And later you hit me here on my chest plate, but it came off and hit me here in the shoulder. That did actually hurt a little bit, and then you hit me afterwards directly in the shoulder, and that hurt. So, but it was fine afterwards. So I think I have a nasty bruise under all the padding.
And then the last one, which is probably the worst, was on the hand.
Oh! It actually don't hit here. It hit here, and the hardened steel moved a little bit, and here the rivet popped off. And yes, my hand, I still not feel a lot of it with it, but it's fine. So it hits here, and even the bruise from the normal fight hurts a little bit more than So in the first moment it hurt, but hurting will not be a problem.
Right.
The problem is, of course, if it hits here, and from your tests, what do you think is the normal piercing in centimeters?
I mean, probably like
An inch?
an inch, or I would say maybe like an eighth of an inch, or maybe a quarter of an inch on like, if it's a really good shot. Like when I hit your hardened gauntlets on this, it punched in like about that deep. So it's, you still have,
only a centimeter.
Yeah.
But having a centimeter of steel in your hand isn't nice. But even then, there's a little bit of space till you reach it. So it's maybe only half a centimeter in it, but it can destroy a bone. So it's not nice, and the fight will be in a disadvantage. The other part is when the arrow ripped here and came here, I don't have mail at the moment here. With mail, it's a little bit better, but even then not perfectly. So I would be in a disadvantage if we have a fight afterwards.
Right.
But still, I think I have a lot more advantages than
and
in a fight afterwards getting hit with 5 arrows. Maybe one of them led me injured, but from the pain factor, that doesn't do anything. And I'm pretty sure that even the smaller injuries, I will not notice them if I don't see them. And I don't have time to look for it in a fight.
And even with the sword in the hand, when you got hit, you didn't drop your sword. Right? You didn't go like, right? You still had your grip. You just realized it hurt. But it wasn't like it interrupted you so much that it stunned you away from it.
I dropped this sword with one hand at that moment, but only to see instantly if I can move my fingers, because I couldn't feel anything. And I have a lot of experience with injuries from these fights. And when my arm broke, I couldn't feel him anymore, but continued the fight for around a minute. And so I am a little bit afraid that this happens again with smaller injuries where I feel nothing in that body part anymore. So I'm always looking. Can I move? Oh, you're all fine. So that's why. I could keep it in the hand.
Yes, well, you are a brave man, and I appreciate you trusting me, because that was... And the other thing that was a huge learning experience to me from an archer's perspective, let's say, when I was doing the lightly armored combat against him, like, as he was standing there and I was hitting him and he wasn't going down, there's a genuine, like, trepidation that comes because you know that in a moment, this extremely well-armored, well-trained person is going to close the distance. And if you're not slowing him down with the arrows, it's a terrifying thought. And even with the ones that were good, where it was like, like in my head, I'm like, oh great, I mildly inconvenienced him, you know? So it's like, really, the name of the game is numbers and volley and tactics. That's gonna make the big difference, because just in this engagement here, like I think I can run a little faster than him, so I might live. But if we came up to it, like, if I learned anything today, if he's got that sword, I'm at a massive disadvantage. And if I can't get some lucky takedown quickly, then I'm going to be toast. So it's like this, and then that's my other option.
Yeah. And from the fights we had, these takedowns, you did them very well, 3 times in a row. But even then, there were shots to your body that you die with it.
Yes.
And the goal of each fighter is to stay alive. And it's hard to hear that you messed it in that way.
Yes.
And on the other hand, for me, was it terrifying? Yes, of course, when you see that arrow coming at you, but it wasn't so terrifying because I have a lot of experience in armor and I trust my armor a lot. Without that, I couldn't make these tests. Of course, I do safety measurements like the rounded tips of the arrows, of course, but then I know I'm nearly safe. The only thing that can happen is if it hits here and the wood splitters, like in this one, this is splittered here. If we shoot with this one, it looks fine, but if we shoot with this one again, and it hits me here, it can break off here, and these splitters can definitely go into my helmet. So it's not completely safe, and there's a reason why they were used against heavy armored opponents. Of course, to hit these gaps, but if something other happens that kill you, they're proud of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, I had the feeling that to close in, I wouldn't run at you. I would run, and when an arrow is not in full speed, I have the option to move my body a little bit.
Yeah.
And I feel safe to weigh these shots a little bit and go a little bit more tuck in and close the gaps so there isn't so much gaps. And the only part where I missed it, where you hit here exactly, was because I was a little bit too less afraid.
Right, yeah, yeah.
I was so, okay, waiting for it,
Yes.
and then you got me here. Yeah. So, it's hard for an archer, but you can have these lucky shots.
Yes.
It's still pretty dangerous.
Yes.
And I underestimated it, but it is dangerous. Yeah.
Because of that, yeah. Yes, indeed.
So, don't do that at home.
No. Educational purposes only. Do not replicate. Do not repeat.
And like always, stay safe. Don't kill your training partners. And bye-bye.
Bye-bye.